Hello, welcome to the first video edition of Jew of the Week. Today's Jew of the Week is Adam Gold, a comedy producer in New York City, my friend and an amazing connector and networker. He knows everybody. We met at a Shabbat a few years ago, and we're going to tell that story. It's funny. There were a lot of miscommunications. Jew of the Week is something that I started a couple of months ago where I drew an impressive Jew who's not mainstream, who's doing something really impressive. I've done some write-ups, some interviews, but this is the first time that it's a video, so I'm excited. Adam is Jew of the Week because he's producing a big show on Tuesday, which we'll talk about. It's an all-queer lineup with a huge brass band, comedians, drag. In this conversation, we cover a lot of topics ranging from him growing up in New Orleans, how he got into comedy, how he almost joined a reality show with his mom and his girlfriend, how he pivoted from being on stage to being behind the scenes as a producer, and comedy trends, what he sees kind of trending, and comedians that are up and coming. I think I covered everything. It's a great conversation. He's funny and smart, and I really enjoyed speaking with him, so I hope you like this interview. I realize that I say like a lot, so that is something I'm going to be working on. Adam doesn't. He's very articulate. Okay, on to the interview. Thank you so much for watching.
Okay. I just saw your Instagram post that it's been 5 years in New York City. Yay.
Yes. Yeah. It's a cool milestone.
Mazel.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I know. And we met truly probably 3 months in.
And we met at a Shabbat, and I was like a very confusing matchmaker because I was like, meet my sister, but I was like unclear about like what it was going to be like. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. She's like dating, but like maybe you'll be friends, maybe more. I don't know. Just like here's her face.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Facebook. But another funny miscommunication was that I told her that you were an executive assistant at College Humor. She was like, "Oh my God, what? That's crazy. What? Oh my God." And she was like so excited. And I was like, I mean, yeah, it's cool. And like she thought you were an executive at College Humor.
Yeah. I get mistaken, especially at when I was 22, get mistaken for an executive all the time. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like, Julia, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've got that sparse hair of an executive, but that's about it.
Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, now we've been like you're friends with the whole family ever since.
Pulling wagons and
oh my God.
The whole shebang. I know.
Come on, Adam! Come on! You can do it. Oh no, not me. That's a big. Okay.
So I know you're from New Orleans, right?
Yes.
Are there a lot of Jews there? Like, what's it like being Jewish in New Orleans? Or New Orleans?
So,
how do you say it?
New Orleans. Yeah. New Orleans is how the tourists say it. So yeah, it's a really unique place to grow up. It's a place that, you know, when you're 16, all of a sudden you're like going into bars and drinking, and you have a fake ID that says that you're 18, and that, you know, it totally warps your sense of you know, it corrupts you pretty early, I would say.
Right. Wait, the drinking age is not, isn't it 21?
It's 21, but you can be 18 to get into some bars.
Okay.
And so just saying that you grow up pretty quickly, you know, in New York, in New Orleans, I mean, New York as well. You know, the Jewish community is definitely sort of like small and mighty. My sister and I were definitely very involved in, you know, BBYO. And so even though there wasn't a ton of, you know, BBYO members specifically in New Orleans, there were, you know, we were in a region with people from, you know, Birmingham and Memphis and Nashville. And I also went to, you know, summer camp for 9 years, you know, Camp Barney Meditz outside of Atlanta. And so by the
what's it called?
Camp Barney Meditz. So, you know, by the time I went to University of Maryland, which is of course a school with a ton of Jews, right? 5,800 Jews. It's like 22% Jewish. I already had this like built-in network, not of people from New Orleans necessarily, but of people from, you know, camp and BBYO. And, you know, this weekend I actually have a wedding of, you know, my friend Max, who we met in BBYO. when I was a freshman in high school, and then we went on Birthright together. And I mean, we were fraternity brothers in college. On Birthright, he met his now fiance, and they're of course getting married Sunday, which is so exciting.
Oh my gosh. Does Birthright, like, if you tell them that you met your spouse on the trip, do they, I don't know, do anything?
Yeah. So famously, I think it's one of those legends, like if you get hit by the bus at your school, you get free tuition. It's like that, but for Jews. It's like, oh, if you meet your husband or wife on Birthright, then you get a free wedding. We'll see. See if Tagleet's picking up the check this weekend.
They should. There was a couple on my Birthright trip that got married, but then they got divorced. So I don't know what happened.
What's messed up is Birthright actually has to hire the divorce attorneys.
Right. And then rematch them.
Rematch, yeah. And then Jay Swipe. No, my sister actually met her husband on Jay Swipe.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Yes, actually, I think you'd enjoy this quick tangent. I actually almost auditioned to be on a reality TV show recently. This was actually about a year ago. It centers on love triangles between a boy, his girlfriend, fiance, and then his mother.
Oh.
It's a TLC show called I Love a Mama's Boy.
Oh my God.
And
are you a mama's boy?
I'm not, but like I truly saw dollar signs and I was like, we could be on TV, like this could be awesome. And
oh my God.
we, the climax of every single episode, it's terrible, but because it's reality TV, the climax of every episode is the mom goes to her son, you have to pick between me or your girlfriend. Like that's always the premise. And we interviewed, we did like one interview with my mom and the interviewer, and the first question she asked, she was like, Wendy, she was like, would you consider Adam one of your best friends? And she goes, no, he's my son. And I go, what the hell, Mom? We're not friends. And the interviewer was laughing. She's like, this is great. Like, I love this energy. And I'm like, yeah, we can do this. Like, whatever. My mom was not about it. Rachel, my girlfriend, was not about it.
I feel like Rachel wouldn't be, yeah.
I could convince one of them, but like,
well, out of who do you choose?
Oh my God.
You could convince your mom or your girlfriend.
Could not convince either.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Wow. Like, can you just talk to me about how you got started in comedy and like where you said you came to New York 5 years ago, like what was your start in comedy and then how you got to where you are now, like producing all these shows and like your biggest show ever on Tuesday, which we'll get to.
Yes, definitely. So, when I started going to college, I knew right away that I wanted to write and produce comedy. I had a satirical news show at the University of Maryland where, we had a live band and a studio audience, and we won a collegiate Emmy, which is really cool.
Wow.
Just, modeling off of The Daily Show, but for campus news. Jon Stewart is my idol in every sense of the word. I truly love Jon Stewart so much.
If he's watching.
If he's watching, I think he should be president, even though he would hate that job, but whatever. I moved to New York in 2017, without a job. And the first thing I did was I got some advice that I should go to Caroline's on Broadway, the comedy club, and, work there for the New York Comedy Festival that fall. And I had a meeting with Louis Ferranda, the talent buyer and booker at Caroline's. And he said, okay, well, the festival is a 2-week unpaid internship in November. But do you want a job waiting tables right now? I said, yes. I had, he asked me if I waited tables before. I said, yes, totally lied.
Is that a lie? Yeah.
I had to like learn how to balance tray. Like it was really crazy, very hectic. I got to meet, I think meeting Kyle Mooney was one of my favorite experiences, at Caroline's. And then, you know, at the same time, I was interviewing for a lot of these assistant jobs at, you know, Sony and Comedy Central and, you know, yada, yada, yada. And then finally, I was able to land on my feet at College Humor as an executive assistant.
Not an executive, just clarifying again.
Yes, executive assistant and the office manager. And I ended up getting promoted to production coordinator, where I was, you know, booking talent for our like video podcasts and booking College Humor Live. And that was the sort of first taste of being able to book comedy shows, you know, which was super fun. And so it was a really cool experience. You know, January 2020 happened, and College Humor laid off, you know, nearly all of their employees, which was unfortunate. But then, of course, COVID happened. I did have the best, you know, COVID virtual remote gig ever, which was I was the live stream video producer for Temple Road of Shalom Synagogue, Upper West Side, which was amazing.
Oh my God.
So I got to produce Zoom Bar Mitzvahs in you know, August of 2020. I'll never forget, you know, one kid had their bar mitzvah on 9/11, which was a Friday at 3 p.m. And I'll never forget what he said. He's like, you know, he's giving his bar mitzvah speech and he goes, you know, a lot of people think of 9/11 as a tragedy, but after today, I want them to think of it as my bar mitzvah date. And then like, you just see the rabbi and the parents' faces just drop, like, you know, totally not in the original script.
Yeah, no, he went off
you know,
script. Yeah.
That was by far the most exciting moment on Zoom. Otherwise, it was exactly what you would think.
Did you have to do anything like mute him? Like,
oh no,
send an apology in the chat.
I raised the volume up. No, it was.
Oh man, that's funny. He wasn't even alive for 9/11. That kid.
Nope, he was not.
Yeah, so maybe he doesn't realize. I don't know. Okay, that didn't.
Saying that from New York City. Too.
That's the thing that's funny too. It's like he actually like. I grew up in Westchester, and like I'm still like 9/11 happened to my neighborhood. Not really, but like it was close. But like actually being from New York is totally different. So, didn't you have some other video gig during that time?
Yeah, I did some like live stream sort of work for TV Co for a brief period, and then you know, starting since November 2020, I've been full-time at Rizzle.
Tell us what Rizzle is.
Yeah, so Rizzle is a vertical video app, and we have, you know, about 70 million global users, which is really exciting. And it's something where every creator can make their own series on the app. And, you know, I really love my role because I get to pay comedians and video creators to make, you know, vertical 1-minute series on Rizzle.
Okay, so TikTok is banned in India, you're saying?
Yes, because of India-China political beef.
Right.
And so as a result, you know, we are the number 3, you know, social media app in India behind, you know, Facebook and Instagram, which is pretty cool.
Okay, now let's get to what you're doing now. Like I just went to your show Hot Candy. So yeah, tell me about that show that you produced and then like what's next for you.
100%. So, you know, Hot Candy is one of a couple different, you know, comedy shows that I've been producing. I also produce the Michael Bevan Show, which is more of a variety show. That's monthly at Club Coming in the East Village. I produce Uncle Function, which is a sketch group. You know, and we have shows at Asylum, and we have an LA show coming up on September 20th.
So you're just producing, you're not in it?
No, I'm not in it. No, just you know, helping them with, you know, social media strategy, promotion, PR, ticket sales, cutting up those sweet clips for TikTok and Instagram. So,
and I feel like because I saw you were doing like a lot of sketch like before 2020. You're right, and I feel like you've like moved to like a different, like, what's the word, role, I guess, is, you know, because you used to be more on stage and now you're kind of like more behind the scenes.
Definitely. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think that's definitely sort of my strong suit. And I sort of realized, especially in COVID, that like, okay, I was just getting a lot further in my career by producing, connecting people, as opposed to just, performing myself. And, as a result, I've gotten to work with, Martin Urbano, who's, so hilarious. And I also got to, co-write and produce an animated show for, Adult Swim, which is going to be on HBO later this year, which is pretty exciting.
Ooh. Wait, what about you wrote for, I watched it on YouTube.
Yes, in Dolan Allen, the animated video. Yeah,
Yes.
it's
And
on, right.
I never watch adult cartoons. I did it to be supportive.
Wow. Hell yeah. Thank you for watching the 2-minute episodes. Yeah.
It was not a lot of
They're
time.
short.
Yeah. Wow, you're doing so much. And like, I think, was it hard to kind of go from, because I feel like being on stage, there's probably, it's like exciting. There's some like ego involved, I guess, like kind of being the star of like a show or a viral video about the L train. I mentioned that in my intro.
That's right.
I'll have to link it.
Yeah.
But so you kind of like took the step back and it seems like it's good for your career, but like, was it hard to kind of decide to, I don't know if it was such a decision, but like to not be on camera or on stage as much?
Yeah, it didn't even feel like a step back. I mean,
Well, I don't mean a step back in your career. I mean, just like literally you're stepping aside and not on the stage.
No, 100%. 100%. I mean, like, it felt like everyone was stepping aside in a huge way when COVID hit, and everyone had to sort of reevaluate their entire, career and whatnot. And I feel like a lot of people pivoted in different areas.
Yes.
But, for me, being able to work with, a lot of really talented people is definitely, the space I want to stay in.
Amazing. And I feel like you're just like elevating and amplifying everyone, which is probably exciting. I mean, I've done a little bit of it like with my stuff, like with Jew of the Week. It's like once a week or like once a month. We'll see. I get to like elevate someone in a way. I will say I produced one comedy show and it was so hard. Like, and it was just one for like an hour, and it was like so hard to get a hold of everyone. And everyone's like, "Are you gonna do another one like once a month?" And I was like, "No." But yeah, it's hard. So good for you.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and so okay, you're writing, you're producing, and then do you want to talk about the show on Tuesday?
Definitely. Super excited about this. This is a show. It's called My Big Fat Gay Jewish Christmas Spectacular. We exactly. It's a benefit show for the Ali Forney Center, which is an organization committed to assisting LGBTQ plus youth, homeless youth, really arming them with assistance with the assistance that they need to survive. And so it's a wonderful cause. All proceeds are going to that organization, and it's going to be comedy, music, and drag. It's an all queer lineup, hosted by Dylan Adler and Mika Stein, and we're so excited. We've got the Dragon Sisters, an award-winning drag duo, Miss Mamshi, the winner of Bitch Fest, which is a fun credit to say. So yeah, we've got a ton of really, really awesome, musical comedians as well. And the night is sort of culminating at the end with a 25-piece brass band performance.
That's a lot. Wow.
Yes, and being from New Orleans, the brass band piece is like everything I could ever want.
Oh my God. I love how this is kind of like everything you've kind of been, I mean, that's what I feel like with me too. It's like everything I've kind of worked on for my life is kind of like coming together. So we started this by saying you had a sketch show in college with a band, and now it's kind of coming, I don't know, this is like 2.0.
Yeah, and there's definitely a lot that's going into it. We also have a bunch of sponsors for the event. We're doing a silent auction and a raffle, both Like it's gonna be a ton of fun, and it's been a lot of work, but
I'm sure.
it's all paying off.
3 rapid fires.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Who would be your Jew of the week?
Okay. Like timeliness, or like of all time, or like I'm sorry, that's
it's
that's
not a rapid fire. Nobody is able to answer it that quickly.
I'm like Moses, Jew of the week. It goes.
No, like someone like
No.
timely who like bubbles up to the top of your head, like a Jew that's doing something cool like right now, not like
Right.
I don't know, God or like
No. In that case, you know what? I'll say Dylan Adler. He's half
Great.
Jewish,
Great.
and he's supremely talented.
Okay, this might be a tough one too. Favorite comedy venue?
Union Hall is great. It's the best basement in Brooklyn. It's probably the best comedy venue that has, you know, around 100 capacity in the whole city.
It does. You know, I performed there.
I do.
Yeah, I didn't do great, but I was on stage, and that's all that matters. I have the pictures. Okay, one more. What do you think is like the next new thing in comedy? Because I know we texted about this, and I was like, I feel like everyone's doing musical comedy now. It's like the new thing, but I don't mean to give you your answer. Like, what's kind of like next, like the new trend, or what are people going to start doing in comedy?
Yeah, I think musical comedy's big. You know, I work with one musician, you know, and he told me, he was like, you know, no one wants to hear the same joke twice, but everyone wants to hear their favorite song over and over again. And I was like, that's very, very true. You know, and so I actually think another great person would be Sammy Schwarber. Did you see Sammy? Do you know Sammy?
You sent me her like website or Instagram, so I looked at her a little bit. She does some musical comedy too.
Yes. I know. I think there's just so many really, really talented queer comedians, especially in New York, and I think that it's so important. You know, I think queer comedy specifically is so important because there's so many people that, you know, are not on the coast, and maybe they haven't seen representation, you know, in media, and to be able to, you know, go on Instagram or TikTok or Rizzle and see these comedians, you know, before they get on TV, I think is a really cool thing.
Yeah, and the host of your show, Hot Candy, Sam
Morrison, yeah.
Morrison, yeah, he was really good.
Very funny.
Queer. Okay, I think those are all my rapids. I want one more, but 3 is like a good number, especially, right? I like before I do these interviews, I mean, you're only my second, but I have another one next week. I like to do a little like intro like before I talk to you, so I'm like fresh.
Oh,
and
nice.
I called you New York City's like top networker.
That's really kind. I truly love to connect people, bring people together, and like organize events, and nothing brings me more joy than, you know, seeing like a live show, comedy and music, and just, you know, being surrounded by the people that I really care about.
Yeah, amazing. I love that.
Thank you so much for interviewing me, Danielle.
Oh my God, thank you.
Another connector. Oh, stop.
Okay, thanks so much. Shabbat Shalom, Adam. Enjoy the wedding. Good luck with everything.
Thanks. Bye, Danielle.
Bye.